It's Matthew back with Watty's channel. It actually occurred to me as I was going through some of my previous videos that I actually skipped over a set of wrestlers. As a matter of fact, it's not so much that I skipped over them, but for whatever reason, the video either didn't save to my phone or I may have accidentally deleted it. Which is a real shame because it was actually one of the more fun videos I really thoroughly enjoyed making. Real fast, I am going to come back here. This will probably be episode 11, which means I did have to go back to series 4. The last video we made was some of the customs as well as the last of series 6. I was going to move forward to the next set of customs, but again, we're going to have to put that on hold for just another video while I backtrack and bring up some of those Series 4 figures that were not populated in a video previously. So, I don't know, as you notice, I also kind of switched up my location for what, it's just way too dark in that basement. The lighting when you're down there is good, but when you're actually recording, it's dark and not so much pleasant for viewers who are trying to actually look at the figures. And I'm pretty sure just going back and watching some of my videos that you're having the same issues. Colors aren't exactly popping the way they should be. So the first wrestlers I would like to talk about, and again, brand customs, I did put a lot of their belts on the figures. So the Killer Bees, I do have both customs where they're in their singles gear as well as the LJN version of the Killer Bees. So this is B. Brian Blair. This is actually a really good figure, and not too much of a fan of the whole Bumblebee outfit, but I mean it works. It's got a decent pose for clothesline punching. And sit there and you actually try to body slam. Again, you know how much I love my body slam poses. Adequate, not perfect, not great. Just adequate. This figure actually has really good coloring to it, and that is an excellent facial representation of B. Brian Blair. And again, as you can see, this figure, like I said, is in really good shape. This one is going against the B. Brian Blair custom. This one actually not the best custom I have, not the best custom that I purchased. Now I actually bought this because I was buying a few other figures, and it was explained to me that this figure was incomplete. I guess someone had intended to customize the figure and then just kind of stopped midway. So, I mean, when you actually go through it and you actually look at the color of the boots and the trunks, this actually would, I think, if it was complete, would have actually been a really beautiful figure. But like I said, it was incomplete. I just bought this because at the time I didn't have the Killer Bees, and I don't know if I didn't have either one or if I didn't have this figure, but I purchased it. And of course, there are a lot of customs I bought. And then later on, during my buying, I eventually land the original figures as well. That's why I have so many customs on top of original LJNs. And it did come with a custom belt, which is pretty great. Again, this is probably back in his, singles gear. With this one, when you compare the two figures, I mean, you have one that's in perfect condition compared as opposed to the custom, which incomplete. Hands down, we already know right off the bat, the original B. Brian Blair is going to move forward. The next one is Jim Brunzell. Same thing as B. Brian Blair. Outfit, identical, beautiful. Not as great a pose as B. Brian Blair. Again, it's an average one, kind of doing the whole Jim Duggan thumbs up thing. I never quite understood why a lot of these figures do that. It's just kind of, silly, and a lot of times with small kids, these fingers might be gnawed off anyways. But this one, again, another figure that's in really good condition. So I like this one. Good facial expression. He does go against the Jim Brunzell custom. Now this one was completed, and this one is just a beautiful figure. This was, again, the Jim Brunzell singles gear. I think it was from the AWA, early mid 80s, I guess. The color and scheme on this is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And again, custom belt. This one does say, actually it's kind of gibberish, I can't really make out anything on that belt. But this is just a fantastic figure, and as much as I like the Jim Brunzell Killer Bee version, the color scheme just completely demolishes the Killer Bee tights. Now this one, during the first video, actually killed me. We know the Heart Foundation from Series 4, possibly two of the best LJN figures of all time, depending on who you ask. Is it a top 10 in my opinion? Top 10, top 15 maybe for the both figures. I mean, they're both incredible. I like their poses. They look incredible. The pants and shirt is absolutely remarkable. This one actually has the original LJN belt attached to it. As I mentioned, it's more of a hard plastic than the rubber one that you would get from XOX Customs. Not too bad as far as paint loss is concerned. Good looking figure. Bret Hart, he's one of those guys that I think about when you think about wrestling. Always Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage. They were always my primary, from the late 80s, early 90s, my primary favorite characters. And then later on, you throw on guys like Bret Hart, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. So I guess Bret Hart's kind of like a new age or meets old age type of wrestler for me. So, and it kind of sucks that how he left the WWF under the circumstances that he did. Just an amazing talent, probably one of, the real wrestlers, I should say. Grew up in a wrestling family. The reason I said that this was a very hard choice for me, and you'll see based on the Hitman custom figure. Now, this is probably the best custom figure I have, if not the best. Top 2, top 3, absolutely love it. Maybe the jacket does it for me, puts it over the top. A fantastic accessory along with the championship belt. The shoes, I like the shoes a whole lot more. And of course, they just kind of, switched it up as far as the color scheme. The way I look at this, I kind of, refer to them kind of as like Hasbro. For example, this would have been Hasbro Series 4. This would have been Hasbro Series 8. The way that they switched the pink pants, black shirt with, black pants and pink shirt. So, two absolutely remarkable figures. You couldn't go wrong with either one. Again, I mentioned I do enjoy the white boots. I just think it really pops a little bit better. Definitely blends in well with the pants. Just a remarkable job with the color scheme on here. And of course, the jacket, absolutely remarkable. Whoever did this, again, I got this from Wrestling Rider on eBay. There's a reason why I purchase so many customs from him. He does have, and I mentioned this several times, the best eye in the business when it comes to LJN customs. Fantastic piece, absolutely love it. As hard as it kills me to get rid of the original, the custom is just too good. The custom figure, Bret Hart does defeat the original. So moving on, we do have Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Again, with original belt. Again, this is probably one of the top 10, top 15 best LJN figures of all time. I kind of like the elbow, kind of like, not just throw a punch, but, not just drop an elbow, but kind of like when the wrestlers come at you, just kind of hit him in the chest or hit him in the face with the elbow. It's, he's got that good, throw him against the ropes, clothesline, slap punch. he does like the little one arm toss over. Not a great, but I mean it's a pretty decent body slam pose, I guess. Regardless of whether you're picking up with left hand or right hand. A beautiful piece. I like the paint scheme on the pants. This one's a little bit different than Bret Hart's, but that's just probably because somebody probably repainted over at some point. This one also comes with a custom figure. And this one is not quite as good as the Wrestling Writer version, but it is an absolutely remarkable, representation of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Just like the other one, it is rubber, so that makes it a whole lot better in my eyes. Some of the things to kind of stands out to me is, of course, the word anvil, the little anvil on his boots. It's actually on both sides there. Let's see, got the little heart. So, again, this is two remarkable pieces. You can't go wrong with either one. In this particular case, you definitely have to choose at least one figure. It just absolutely kills me because these are two remarkable pieces. The only downside as far as going with the custom anvil is that his skin tone is a lot darker than the original. So that's why at first when I first bought it, I was thinking maybe it would have been a resin. Maybe somebody when they repainted it, they glued it up. I don't know why they put glue on these figures, but it does tighten it up and makes it more resin-esque as opposed to being the original rubber that they painted over. Two beautiful pieces. I am going to go with the custom. I did choose the custom in the original video I had made, so we're not going to change things up. And again, getting rid of both Hearts, both Heart and Heart originals in the very first go round, it sucks. They are two of the utmost, two of the great figures out there. And I think I might be missing one figure here. So I might have to put something on pause while I track down the last figure to go up against this, to go against Cowboy Bob Orton. Now, the great thing about this one right here is, of course, accessory. That is where it ends, unfortunately. Cowboy Bob Orton is possibly the worst figure imaginable. Now, are there other figures that I get less enjoyment from as far as playability? Of course, he could still drop an elbow on you, but again, there are quite a few characters that have the elbow ability, and that's really all they can do. That's their only fighting technique. You really can't throw anybody over your shoulder, can't body slam anyone. Can't give them a good clothesline, can't really throw a punch. Display, not a bad figure. Color scheme, the vest, this, if it had a better body or a better fighting pose, this would have been a fantastic figure. This arm right here, not quite Jesse the Body Ventura. If it was sticking out to the side, it would have been. I don't know why LJN did that. Ventura, Orton, they could have been so much better if it were not for that stupid, the way that they curl their hands like that. It just makes no sense to me. So as I stated, I am missing one figure here. So I am going to put this video on pause, and I'm going to track down the last competitor for this video, and I will be back and give my final verdict. Alright guys, I do apologize for the temporary shutdown. So the last figure is Billy Jack Haynes. He kind of has like that whole Nikolai Volkov stance, with the arms spread apart just enough to be a decent pose to a really good pose. But like Volkov, his hands being a little bit too far in and just a little bit too small too. Otherwise, if his arms were out further, like a Hogan, for example, this would have been a really incredible figure. Yeah, I mean, you look at the color scheme. I mean, it's very simple, just some trunks. But I like the Oregon writing on both the trunk and boots. The wristbands. It's got a nice little, I think it's a little snake tattoo here. Nope, it's not a snake. It's a bird. What kind of bird? I don't know. Probably a state bird or something from Oregon. So overall, really good figure. And you know what? Depending on who he's facing next round, this is a guy that potentially could go to the third round. And I don't think he would actually win the whole competition. But you really can't take away what this figure is. I mean, this is a really great piece. LJN did a fantastic job with this. So, Bob Orton does come with the hat, but that really is his only saving grace. When it comes to Orton or Hayes, there's just no competition. He just absolutely wipes the floor with them. But Jack Hayes moves on to the next round. Bob Orton going home. Of course, I did put this on Hayes. Now it's just another, makeshift wrestling belt. I put a lot of these belts on my wrestlers. There's some of them, actually go with the wrestlers, especially a lot of the customs. But some of these original figures that obviously don't have a belt, I buy a lot of these spare belts, and I just want all my figures to be belted. I just think it looks a whole lot better. It looks real nice on the shelf. So, Blue Jack Hayes moves on to round 2, and I'm actually really liking the whole light in here. It's not so dark and dreary as my previous videos. Generally, I like to kind of sit in front of my collections. I think it looks real nice with the videos, especially considering what we're trying to do as far as these rounds and the different competitions with the wrestlers. But at least until I find out a better way to put some lighting down there to make the videos really pop, stand out more, I think I will do at least the next 5-10 videos or so, depending on how many we have left until the completion of this tournament. I think I'm going to start working out the dining room here, and it'll be a little bit easier to see you guys and actually be able to sit down. Oh my god. I've been using a paint can as my chair downstairs because obviously with the little camera situated on top of my workout bench, and of course I got the movies and my figures behind me. It was the only thing small enough that I could sit on that would have let me face forward towards the camera. But I am going to close the video here, guys. Thank you for watching, and I did bring up the next set of wrestlers, so I am going to make another quick video. Well, not quick, maybe 20 minutes again, per usual. But I will get that up, and I'm still working on uploads. I've uploaded about 3 or 4 so far, and I'll probably have about another 2 or 3 videos uploaded by the end of tonight, hopefully. And I don't know, maybe, let's see, tomorrow's Friday. I'm thinking hopefully by the end of Friday, all the videos will be up. As far as this video, and then of course the next round, the next competition. Hopefully all 11, 12 videos will be up by then. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Good night now.